Hello and welcome back. As Nigerian political temperature continues to rise ahead of the 2027 presidential election, opposition voices are becoming increasingly direct in their criticism of the current administration. One of the strongest remarks yet has come from the presidential candidate of the Nigerian Democratic Congress, Peter Obi, who has openly called on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to retire from office, arguing that the country needs fresh leadership to confront its growing economic and security challenges. His comments have once again placed the debate over Nigeria's future leadership at the center of national political discussions.
You can change and start driving this vehicle called Nigeria in the wrong direction in 6 months. We are headed in the wrong direction now.
As it is right now.
Yes.
Bola Tinubu is leading us nowhere.
You can see it. That's why people might say I call for his resignation. That's why maybe I'm calling for his retirement. He doesn't listen.
The man should just go step aside.
Yes, so they have the capacity to do the job.
You don't trust him any longer.
No. The Bola Tinubu that was governor is not the one that is president today. He's tired. He should be allowed to retire in peace and then go home.
Speaking during an interview on Channels Television's Sunday Politics, Obi questioned President Tinubu's capacity to continue leading the country. According to the former Anambra State governor, the Tinubu who governed Lagos State years ago is different from the man currently occupying Nigeria's highest office. Obi argued that the president appears exhausted and by demands of leadership and suggested that stepping aside will be in both of his personal interests and the nation's interests. In one of the interviews most talked about moments, Obi stated that President Tinubu should retire in peace and allow a new generation of leadership to take over. He argued that Nigeria requires a president with renewed energy, commitment, and the capacity to confront the country's multiple crises. According to Obi, Nigeria is currently moving into the wrong direction and requires decisive leadership capable of reversing its present trajectory. Obi did not stop at calling for retirement. He went further by questioning the president's ability to effectively manage the nation's affairs. According to him, the country is facing serious economic hardship, worsening insecurity, and declining public confidence, all of which requires urgent and competent leadership. His remarks are among the strongest criticism he has directed at President Tinubu since the political campaign ahead of the 2027 election began gathering momentum. A significant portion of Obi's interview focused on Nigeria's worsening economic conditions. Referring to recent findings by the World Bank, he expressed concern over projection indicating that a large percentage of Nigerians could be living in poverty. According to Obi, discussions about the country's future should prioritize poverty, unemployment, and economic hardship rather than political distractions or personal attacks among politicians. Obi argued that if a substantial proportion of Nigeria's population is facing poverty, then addressing that challenge should dominate national conversation. In his view, government officials and political leaders should devote greater attention to policies capable of reducing hardship, expanding employment opportunities, and improving the standard of living for ordinary citizens instead of concentrating on less urgent political issues. The former governor also highlighted concerns surrounding education, particularly the growing number of out-of-school children across Nigeria. He maintained that the country cannot achieve meaningful development without investing heavily in education and equipping young people with the skill needed to participate productively in the economy. According to Obi, education remains one of the strongest long-term solutions to both poverty and insecurity. Healthcare also features prominently in his remarks. Obi questioned whether public resources are being directed towards sectors that directly improve citizens' lives. He argued that greater transparency is needed regarding public expenditure and insisted that resources should be invested more effectively in hospitals, schools, and other essential infrastructure capable of improving living conditions for millions of Nigerians. Another issue raised during the interview was insecurity. Obi noted continuing incidents of kidnapping and violent attacks in different parts of the country, arguing that protecting lives and property should remain one of government's highest priorities. According to him, discussions surrounding the 2027 election should focus on practical solutions capable of improving security rather than becoming dominated by political rivalries and campaign rhetoric. He also referred to concerns about food security, citing reports indicating that millions of Nigerians face hunger. Obi argued that food insecurity, rising inflation, and declining purchasing power represent immediate challenges requiring urgent policy attention. In his view, political leaders should concentrate on addressing these everyday realities confronting ordinary families across the country. Throughout the interview, Obi repeatedly returned the theme of issue-based politics. He urged political parties and candidates to ensure that the 2027 election campaign focuses on concrete policy proposals rather than personalities. According to him, Nigerians deserve meaningful debates on poverty reduction, healthcare, education, security, job creation, and economic recovery so that voters can be informed and make decisions about the country's future. Obi's latest comments are expected to generate strong reaction across Nigeria's political landscape. Supporters are likely to view his remarks as a reflection of growing public frustration over economic hardship and insecurity. Meanwhile, supporters of the Tinubu administration may reject his assessment and argue that ongoing reforms require more time to deliver measurable improvements. As with most political statements during an election cycle, differing opinions are expected to shape public debates in the coming months. The presidency has consistently defended its policies, maintaining that difficult economic reforms are necessary to stabilize the economy and create long-term growth. Government officials have repeatedly argued that measures such as subsidy removal, fiscal reforms, and efforts to increase government revenue are designed to strengthen Nigeria's economic foundation despite short-term hardship experienced by many citizens. With the 2027 general election drawing closer, exchanges between the government and oppositions are likely to become even more frequent. Questions surrounding economic recovery, insecurity, governance, and accountability are expected to dominate national political conversation. Ultimately, it will be Nigerians' voters who determine which vision, leadership style, and policy direction they believe offers the strongest path towards addressing the country's many challenges when they head to the polls. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you find this report informative, please like this video and subscribe to our channel so you never miss our updates in Nigeria and worldwide. I'm Chimezrim Okoro, and thanks for watching.